And welcome to the Insurance and Injury Law Show. The number anytime, 416-216-5910. Help at theinsurancelawyer.ca. Sivan Tumarkin here, going to answer your questions for the next hour. And we'll get to some emails as well. Let's talk first the week that was. We usually do a couple cases, right?
Yeah, we do a couple of cases, John. Welcome, everyone. This is going to be an interesting show. And I'm going to start off by saying that not all the calls that I get and emails come from people who've been injured. Sometimes they come from people who are in the actual profession. So let me tell you about this one individual, the special man that emailed me, and he's a director of a clinic called Simply Align Rehab. And I'm going to give it his number afterwards because I went to coffee with him. He basically contacted me and said, the way that I treat people in my clinic after an accident and the stories that I've heard other people tell me about other clinics really mirrors the kind of things that you've been talking about in terms of a lot of clinics being out there just for the money. They don't really care about the treatments of patients, making people better. It's just, all dollars and cents. So I said, okay, let's go and have coffee together. So we met up, and then he invited me to his clinic. He knows that I have some aches and pains in my neck. And John, I'm not referring to my wife here, okay, in case she's listening, or you. No, I work out. I do a lot of weights, and so occasionally I have these aches and pains. And so he said, come to my clinic. Let me show you around. Let me perhaps treat you, and then you can tell me how you're feeling, and we can have a discussion. So that's what I did, and I did that last week. I came to his clinic in Scarborough. First of all, he showed me around the clinic, which was very nice, the various equipment that he uses, the way he diagnoses the injuries and the issues that I had. He explained to me how it's often done in the profession, how it's done oftentimes inaccurately, how people don't necessarily use state-of-the-art equipment to just figure out what's wrong with you, let alone treat you. So long story short, he treated me. We went through a whole bunch of treatments for about an hour and a half through various explanations. I had an x-ray done, we discussed it. I was very impressed with his level of professionalism. And now, John, he's a chiropractor, he's a physiotherapist, he does a lot of things. And what I'm going to tell you is this. It's so important, it's so vitally important for people after an accident to make sure that they get proper treatment, that they get diagnosed correctly. Yeah. And I'm going to touch on a case of a lady that had called me after listening to the radio show, and I've been dealing with her case, and I'll tell you why it's so important to get diagnosed correctly. So for the listeners out there, if you are in the Scarborough area, or if you want to go to someone who, at least my experience, was very, very positive, you can contact Dr. Pardisnia of Simply Align Rehab, and his number is 416-438-3230. Again, 416-438-3230, Simply Align Rehab. Like I said, I had a great experience.